Hey, bestie. Welcome back to our chill session. So, like I said, I like to start our sessions off with a shout out. I want to shout out to all the real ones. The people that are always their authentic selves. The ones that don't change up based on situation and company. Hey, y'all. And I'm back. Like I always say, some things I say may be offensive, but it is never my intention to offend. Anyway, I ain't trying to teach you none, but if you learn something, that's good. So let's get into it. All right. Now, besties, I know y'all done heard me speak on him. And if you know me or on any of my social media, you've heard me mention him a time or two or 100. But who's counting? Y'all still don't know? Bet. Well, this episode is about my man's period. So let's really get into it. Now, for those that need a little catch up, here you go. I have always been someone that loves love. And once I became an adult and lived a single life and experienced the dating scene, I realized I wanted and preferred to be in a committed relationship. If I'm being honest, I never experienced or really had an example of a healthy relationship growing up. Almost all of the adults that were in my life had never been married or married multiple times. And the ones that had been married or in a long-term relationship weren't faithful. Now, of course, this wasn't the dynamic for every relationship that I witnessed, but I definitely was around more failed relationships than ones that were healthy and lasted. I've already done a story time on my dress rehearsal wedding and a brief intro into my past situations, so I won't spend too much time on that. But for the new besties, I want y'all to have some type of context. So here you go. I had a dress rehearsal wedding in March of 2014 that lasted until January of 2020. Now, during that time, I was cheated on multiple times, and I was the provider, the parent, motivator, all that. If I didn't do it, it didn't get done. And for those wondering, yep, I stayed faithful the whole time. After I left him, I did the single thing for a little minute, had a situationship for a few months, and was in a new relationship by November 2020. This relationship seemed to be something I wanted because of the presentation this person put on. I might do a story time one day. I don't know. But anywho, if I'm being honest, I really should have walked away from that relationship in March because I was showed who he truly was. But I was also blinded by the fact I felt like I had a man that would treat me the way I'd always wanted to be treated and the way I felt I deserved to be treated. Well, like I said, the personality he showed me was a presentation of, I guess, who he thought I wanted or needed him to be. Anyway, I officially left him October 2021. I say officially because I tried to leave in August 2021 and he convinced me that things would get better. Obviously, they did not. And once again, if I'm being honest, I was already over it. Guess I was just prolonging the inevitable. Okay, first, let me just give y'all a little summary of the type of man I have. He is mean as hell. I'm serious. If you don't know him, or I probably should say if he don't know you or don't fuck with you, he don't give a damn about you or what you got going on. He's not a people person. He don't speak to be nice. If he don't want to do it, he ain't gonna do it. Simple as that. He's quiet and to himself. Ain't trying to be seen or heard by nobody. He ain't trying to see or hear from. He's a man that takes care of the women and children in his life because that's how he was built. He's the type of man that other men say they are, but they ain't built like him. Oh God. He's real and will speak his mind when he chooses to, but his silence speaks volumes. His honesty is usually brutal, but what he says once, he'll say again. He loves his mama and his sisters and speaks highly of all of them. He respects and loves his father as a man and speaks to the blessing it was to be raised by his father, who taught him to be his own man. He loves his daughter with his whole heart and will rearrange the world for her. And even with his whole heart wrapped into one little girl, he somehow created an additional heart to give to my little girl with no hesitation. He's a great father and provider and looks for no thank yous or acknowledgement. He's a protector. He's intelligent, street smart, business minded, and motivated. He's secure in his manhood and carries himself as such. He opens doors, trails behind as we walk, carries bags, and pumps gas. He makes me laugh all day, every day. He's goofy and humble. He's all that in a bag of every chip on the market. Now, listen to our love story. Okay, so once I was officially single, I was officially ready to mingle. If you don't know, I'll let you know. I don't put timelines on life, period. I definitely believe in preparing yourself emotionally for the next phase and making sure you are over any trauma or anything that could be harmful to your next relationship before taking it there. But with that being said, if you break up with A on Monday and meet B on Tuesday and feel like you love them and y'all get married on Friday, I'm here for it. Cause besties, how many married people you know that been together for 20 plus years or any amount of time, and within those 20 plus years, there have been infidelity and love children created, but the marriage is still intact? Now, I'm not throwing shade at all. I'm just saying, if you can be married and so in love with your king or queen that loves you and y'all rock solid, but you have stepchildren that were created within your marriage, why I can't leave something toxic and be ready for something real immediately? Oh, okay. But I digress. So, like I said, left Fat Boy in October 2021 and got back into my single mode. Activated my little dating apps. I have multiple dating apps, but Facebook dating is definitely the one I paid attention to the most because it had the best quality of people. Now, the way it's set up is people can only message you after you match with them or show interest or whatever. So I would get on and just look at the guys that matched with me, go look at their profiles and whatnot. Also, what I liked about Facebook dating is it's connected to your Facebook, but it's not linked to your profile. So your Facebook friends don't automatically know you're on Facebook dating, and you create a whole new profile and everything for the dating part. Now, I had my little checklist of things I looked for and deal breakers. I'm sure as we all do. Nobody under 6 feet, nobody younger than me, no kids under 3, no more than 2 kids. Then I also would read the little bio or about me or whatever. And if it was blank or it said something like pull up or Big Dick Willie or just something stupid, I automatic pass. Now, after a while, I started giving myself like little passes based on the profile. Like, okay, so if he was shorter than 6 feet, but he was at least 5'9", and his bio and about me was good, and he was like cute or whatever, then, give me something else. Younger was always out the door for me. Always a deal breaker. So one day in November 2021, I get on and I have a new message. And it was a comment to one of the pictures I posted. And it said, "My God, Queen, I see you." And the God, was G-A-W-D. Like, God, my God, Queen. Like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me see you. So I go to the profile. Picture, sexy, check. Height, 6 feet, check. 1 child, check. Age, 27. God damn. So now I'm like, no. But I read the bio, and that was it for me. It said, and I quote, "Play with my heart, you gonna play in your grave." That simple. Oh, then I started realizing that all the bullshit I had been through had been with older men. So obviously, age don't mean nothing. And I'm telling you, that bio headline, "Play with my heart, you gonna play in your grave," is that simple. That spoke volumes to me. Because that told me if he felt like that, he, 9 times out of 10, wasn't into playing games either. So I responded, let him know I liked his little about me. That was literally the only thing it said. It wasn't nothing else. And, whatever. We messaged on the app for a few weeks, and conversation was cool. It was light. I didn't get creepy vibe from him. I didn't get, nothing off top or whatever. And because the app is wrapped into Facebook, the notification, I had my Facebook notifications off. So that means any messages or something that I used to get on the Facebook dating part, I didn't get notified about them either. So if I like somebody, after a while, I'll just exchange numbers so that way, I wouldn't take so long to message them back or whatever, because I wouldn't know when they was messaging me. So we went ahead and exchanged numbers or whatever. So I knew he was goofy from the beginning, which I loved. I would be crying laughing just off our messages. So the more we were texting, the more I'm liking him. But his whole persona was something completely different for me. He didn't move or speak like a lot of men his age. And his mindset was on a whole nother level in a great way. And soon I was like, man, when is you gonna be my man? But the type of man he was, I knew I had to play a little different with him. So I ain't take it there just yet. So at this point, we've been texting pretty frequently, and it had been almost a month. So finally I was like, damn, am I gonna ever hear your voice? So I'm an iPhone and he's Android. So there was no FaceTime immediately. Usually when I talk to people that got an iPhone, FaceTime ASAP. But no, he ain't had no iPhone, so whatever. But finally we got on the phone, and oh my God, his little country gangster voice, just sent chills through my ears. Like, I legit felt like a little schoolgirl, for real. But we talked and really got into some deep conversations, which made me want to be with and around him even more. So he used to tell me about his little hangout spot on Sundays. So one Sunday, I was like, look, just give me the address where you gonna be, because I'm trying to see you. He was like, oh, so you want to pull up? Yep, do. So he sent the address and I pulled up. Our first night chilling together wasn't nothing extravagant at all, but it really defines who we are together. Once I got to him, we greeted each other, hug, what's up, whatever. And we were at something like a car show. So we just chilled in his car, smoking, shooting the shit, and talking, getting to know each other a little more. Because at this point, we had exchanged numbers like a few weeks ago. So it had been, like I said, almost a month or whatever. And we talked and text pretty frequently, at least a few days out of the week. So our first little meetup was definitely a success. We chilled for some hours. And we both made it clear that we wanted to link again. Now, we linked a few more times outside. Like, when I say outside, I mean like in the car, at the parks. He took me to see the skyline one night. It was just, a little cute outside stuff. Then after about a month of chilling, like just out in public or whatever, I was like, you can pull up on me, because I felt like we was past all that. And I like to chill at home anyway. So, he really first came to visit me probably the beginning of December. So probably a little bit over a month had passed our first little time chilling at my house. Okay, besties, let me give y'all a little more context on the type of courtship me and him created. From the beginning, we both were very open with each other as far as making it clear that we are single and live single lives, but respect each other's time. Now, because I am someone who wears my emotions on my sleeve and very vocal about what I'm feeling, I made it clear to him that at this point, around early to mid-December, a little over a month since we exchanged numbers, where my head was and what my expectations were. Then we came up with the term barely single. Now, what that meant was we wasn't trying to meet new people at that point, and when we were both ready, a relationship was the next step. Now, at this point, we've of course discussed our past and most recent relationships, so we knew the bullshit that each other had gone through. He told me often that he was taking his time with me. He said to me before that I was his already and didn't even know it. Y'all, I was in love before he was my man, if you didn't know. So, here it is now, almost January 2022, and we're still locked in, being barely single together. But now, I'm like a kid waiting on Christmas. When is he gonna be mine? We were at the point to where we were together every weekend and sometimes during the week. We definitely talked every day, and I had made it clear more than once that I was just waiting on him at this point. Okay, so New Year's Eve, I had a small little kickback at my house, and I was a little salty because, of course, I wanted him to be there. But his sisters were in town, and they had planned on going out, of course. And I couldn't get mad at that, him hanging with his sisters. Especially when he's saying stuff like, I know where I'm going to end my night. Oh, y'all just don't know. So he ended up coming over after, and we planned to hang with his sisters the next day. A few days go by, and one day we were talking on the phone, and he starts talking relationship talk. Now, as you can imagine, I was always the one to kind of put that out there in some kind of way. So I'm on the other end of the phone I'm about to be announced a Powerball winner or something. And he basically was saying if we get in a relationship, it's going to be like signing a death row contract. Now, if you know death row, then you know what that means. For y'all that don't know, it basically means once you in, it's only one way out. So, of course, I'm like, man, say, I'm with it. Nothing was confirmed on that phone call, and we will be back together for the upcoming weekend. So, it's the weekend, we're chilling, cuddled up, and he says, so when you trying to sign this death row contract? Y'all, I damn near pissed myself. So I get up with my real extra ass and created a death row contract that basically listed my expectations from the relationship, which were along the lines of loyalty, respect, faithfulness, all that. I sent it to him right then. And he signed it right then and sent it back. And just like that, boom, he was officially my man's as of January 15th, 2022. Now, during our little barely single time, we kept it cute and clean. No sex of any type. Hell, we hadn't even kissed yet. So when Mooney Long said, all these niggas full of shit, you're just a homie once they hid, I ain't had to worry about that. I knew he was with me for who I was. Now, I'll be honest, I wanted his bald-headed ass the first night he spent with me. But I was trying to play it cool and move different because he was different. Oh, but baby, after that contract was signed, yeah, I took what belonged to me. Nah, I'm playing. But I did get the draws. Nah, y'all, but for real, it's crazy because he really is my best friend. Yes, more of a best friend than anyone that I've introduced as best friend. And if you can't say that about the person you're with, sorry, not sorry. Literally, about 85% of our relationship is us just shooting the shit and talking shit. But that 15%, when real shit needs to get worked out, we can go there too. I have never been able to be 100% myself in any relationship I've been in before now. It's really refreshing. In my marriage, I wasn't able to be the wife or helpmate because I was the everything. With Fat Boy, I thought I had a better chance, but everything was based on a lie. So to come into a situation not expecting too much of anything and gain everything I've always wanted in a relationship is a greater feeling than I can describe. As of today, July 7th, 2022, I can say me and my man do not argue, have not argued, and I'm confident we can make it through life this way. No, bestie, we're not perfect, so don't mistake that to mean we don't disagree or ever feel a type of way with each other. But arguing has never been the go-to. If and when either of us feeling a way about anything, we talk about it. Sometimes those talks are quick and just a little this how I'm feeling type of thing. And some talks are longer with a little more emotion, but I can honestly say we do not raise our voices. It's never heated. And we both know when we need to take a break so that things are not blown out of control. Y'all, that's what a healthy relationship looks and feels like. I say it like that because this is my first time experiencing it. 2 years ago, one of my cousins told me her and her husband had never argued since the day they met. At this time, they had been married a few years and had 2 or 3 children between them. I didn't think she was lying, but I damn sure was wondering how that was possible, considering the marriage I had just left. But I guess you never know until you know. Now, besties, this is my story. So please don't get in y'all feelings as if I'm talking down on any other relationship dynamics. I'm just speaking on mine. Okay? Okay. Yes, besties. That's the Misha and my man's love story. New to most, a recap for some, but I hope everyone enjoyed. It feels good to be in a relationship and just be. I know that he is with me because of the person I am, and he accepts all my flaws. Hell, he make me feel like I don't have flaws because he always speaking positive things over me and my life. Yep, it's only been 5 months, 3 weeks, and 1 day that through a contract. Forever though. So whenever he decides to make me his wife, ain't nothing changing but the name. Because we already locked in. That's on somebody pissy pamp ass wearing grandma. Ha! Hey, besties, another chill session down in the books. Like I always say, my plan is to leave my mark in any and every way possible while achieving the dreams and goals I have for myself. And still, I want to hear from y'all too. Send me suggestions, ideas, critiques, all that. I ain't gonna stop, so y'all gonna love me or not, but I'm here to stay either way, my bestie boos. All my links and other things I do are on my link tree, so follow me on Instagram at just.misha. Y'all wait. I don't know if it make more sense for me to say it and then spell it or spell what y'all. Okay, look, let's try it this way. At justmisha at JUS.MESHA. And follow me on TikTok at justmisha_89 JUSMESHA_89. Like and subscribe to the Bestie Boo Podcast YouTube channel. The link is on my link tree too. My link tree link is on my Instagram and my TikTok. I want to create a Bestie Boo Podcast Instagram and TikTok like I be telling y'all, but I need more besties first. So share, cause it's up. And remember, I ain't trying to teach you nothing, but if you learn something, that's good. Talk to you later, besties. Bye.